figure out one last piece. It's going to be on parenting, like specifically motherhood. I don't know, the purpose, the calling, the importance, and things like that. But we got to figure something out. So,
well, Melina and I have an idea. Can we just like improv it really quick?
yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
Here, you can sit here.
Okay.
Hey, I'm Samara.
And I'm Tiffany.
And this is What's the Tea? And for you guys who need translation, it's where we take the old tea time and it's the new tea time. Today's topic, contouring.
How and where and when do you contour?
And how dark of a shade should you contour?
And blushing? Like highlighter, where do you put it?
And are you trying to cover up a double chin?
Oh my god, I think
Guys, I have a tea for you. That's really cute, but what does that have to do with mothering?
Well, we just know that there's like a huge generational gap about talking about this stuff. And I mean, all we hear about is horror stories. So, we're just thinking that if we start off with like something fun and exciting, and then we can get to the bad stuff later.
Yeah,
What
that's easy.
bad stuff? Wait a minute. What are you guys thinking? Like, what do you think about, I don't know, like having a baby? What do you think about that?
Like, where is it gonna go? Like, here, look. Like,
Okay.
my rib stops there, and my hip starts there.
Yeah.
That's like 2 inches.
Okay.
It's not gonna go anywhere.
You do know it goes out, like it's not vertical, like it'll go this way.
So it's gonna look like I'm carrying a watermelon.
Pretty much.
It might. Yeah.
Also, like breastfeeding, like who thought of that? It's true.
I think God did. No, seriously, it is the most amazing experience of bonding with this little human being that depends upon you totally.
I just know that I'm always like really happy to give the kids back at the end of my babysitting experiences. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I understand because I did not even think I was maternal. In fact, when I learned that I was pregnant, I was terrified because I can't keep a houseplant alive. What was I going to do with a baby? But it is completely different when it is your own because what no one tells you, you get all this like wise advice or terrifying advice when you're pregnant, about to have a baby. What they don't tell you is all the love that comes with it. How this baby, I mean, Zach opened his mouth to yawn and he had a tongue, like he came completely put together. And I was blown away by the love.
wow.
So what do you love about being a mom?
As long as I've lived, that is the most important job I have ever done and will ever do in my life, without a shadow of a doubt.
I think for me, it gave me so much more of a clear picture about who God was as a father, because like the unconditional love that I have for my kids, like there's nothing they could do that would make me love them more or less. And the fact that God loves us like that is just is kind of amazing to think that.
Well, because I was mom when I became mom for the first time when I was older, I was very worried about this, and because I'm an artist and slightly neurotic, I was just wondering, how's this all going to work out? But here's the thing, was having a child, having two, made me more human. It turned me from being self-focused, self-centered, and just expanded me, rubbed off some of the rough edges. Yeah.
Well put.
So what about you guys? Okay, so you both have moms.
Yeah.
Like, what has been the impact? Well, how has mom made a difference in your life?
I think for me, I grew up in a Christian home, and I remember being like terrified to tell my parents I didn't think I knew Jesus, like at 13 or 14. And then when I finally came to Christ, or like when Jesus met me, they were so cool about it. And all of a sudden, I like learned that I could trust my parents because they gave me that freedom in my walk with God to find Jesus for myself. And that was something I even recognized as a teenager that said, someday when I have kids, I'm going to create that kind of freedom in my home someday. Let them choose Jesus for themselves too.
That's beautiful.
What about you, Melina?
I think for me, it's just my mom taught me how to be independent. Like, she taught me how to cook and how to clean and do all of these things, but I never felt like she was teaching me those things so I could be a good wife or to make a man happy. she was teaching me these things because I needed to know how to take care of myself. And I think like society just makes us want to be these perfect women for somebody else, and we don't even get to be perfect people for ourselves. And so I knew that I could be whole because God made me whole. And I could meet another man and he could be whole and we can have this overflow of love, but I can't meet a man and need him to fill me up because that's not gonna work and that's not healthy.
Well, and I think my mom, because I knew my mom loved me, I never questioned my value. And there's this security as a woman that is so important when you get older, where you don't look for your value in someone else. And my mom gave that to me.
That's awesome.
And I think too is that throughout my life, my mom wasn't the only person who mentored me or talked to me. Like I had so many other women throughout my life, and so it wasn't just all on my mom's shoulders. And I think we definitely need to talk about that because there's got to be some women in that audience that can't have kids or chose not to have kids. I mean, we don't know if we can have kids, and so just because you don't have somebody that's biologically yours doesn't mean that you can't love or mother them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
My brother-in-law and his wife, they don't have kids, but they direct shows all over the city of Cincinnati, and they have been able to mentor and impact children's lives in a way, like hundreds of children's lives that they couldn't do if they were trying to balance, their own family life. They're just able to pour into these kids and do it year after year after year, which is amazing. That's cool.
Wow, this is like great. I think this is our piece.